we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna walk around, see what the city has to offer. Right now we're in the Kalamazoo Mall area. Nice open pedestrian area. This used to be entirely pedestrian, an entire pedestrian zone. Basically, now it's kind of open to the cars a little bit, but it's still mostly for people to walk through. So the agenda today, obviously we're gonna take a walk downtown as normal. We're also gonna go ahead and try out a couple of beers at Kalamazoo's downtown scene here. It's pretty nice. And right behind me here, this is the museum. Let's see if we can get a better shot. Now, most people, when they hear Kalamazoo, they don't actually believe that that's the actual name of the town. And originally the town was called Bronson. And actually we can see that reflected in many places, in the names of many places around the city, including the place we're heading over to right now. So we've made it to Bronson Park, one of the many places around Kalamazoo that pay homage to the original name. Now most people don't know where the word Kalamazoo came from. So back in the 1800s, actually the name was changed from Bronson to Kalamazoo, and this word Kalamazoo actually came from an old Potawatomi word, and the meaning of that word, it's debated, actually very heavily debated. I was looking around actually on the internet trying to find the most accurate translation, and unfortunately I saw so many different kinds of translations that I couldn't properly tell you what it actually means. But there's many debate by locals on what the word actually meant. So we found some sort of statue, and Carl was just telling me that this patch of grass over here that we just walked by, and this one too actually, these used to be fountains actually, and they filled them in with dirt and put grass on top. Those statues were inside?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like right there we've got City Hall right across from the Bronson Park here. Now this is what we were looking at. I don't think we have any native bees right now. Yeah.
Must be because of all the flowers, you know?
Perhaps, yeah.
Church.
There's a few nests, and there's actually this really big church. So, this is the first Presbyterian church here in Kalamazoo. There's another older looking church. That's one thing I noticed actually when we drove into the downtown area, was that there's a lot of there's a lot more historic feeling buildings here in Kalamazoo than there was in Jackson. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, these buildings are well preserved. That's something I really can appreciate. So this is another church, right?
Looks like it.
Yeah, it says it's the First Congregational Church. It says here 1835, 1928, and 1960. So I assume the original building was constructed back in 1835. It's interesting. Looks like there's a little park here. A little marijuana leaf hat there. That's actually something interesting about Michigan, is that cannabis is completely legal for recreational use here. Which, that's obviously, oh wait, closed. So it looks like it's some sort of part, it says it's a part of Bronson Park, but it's some sort of children's playground. It looks cool actually. This used to be a building. You can see where the building connected right there. That's pretty neat though. So that is the old courthouse building, and there's a little plane flying above us right now. We're gonna go ahead now and we're gonna look for our first beer stop. So we're gonna head over there. It shouldn't be too far, about 10-15 minutes walk from where we're at now. Just left the Bronson Park, and now we're gonna go see if we can find anything else on our way down to the brewery.
I'm not sure which court it's called, but that's the new courthouse. That's where you go for traffic court and stuff like that now.
Okay, interesting. So this right here is actually the Kalamazoo Metro bus station. Now, Kalamazoo and Portage, they both actually use the same Metro bus system. They share the same because they kind of share the city together in a way. Because if you think about it, the north part of this area, or at least the north part of what this Kalamazoo Metro system serves, is pretty much just Kalamazoo. And the southern part is pretty much just Portage. There's a pretty fine line. Usually it's somewhere over by I-94 that divides the two cities. So we're gonna go inside the train station, which is actually kind of a part of the bus depot here. So we're gonna go inside and see if we can see anything cool in here. Looks like there's some close ticket counters. That over there is the Amtrak ticket counter. Right here we have Metro Transit and Indian Trails. There's really not much going on in here, really. It's really quiet. A few people in here, but it's quite interesting. I do like the architecture behind it though.
Yeah, me too. The ceiling looks really neat.
Yeah. Oh, what's this? Ah. I feel like I'm in Europe again. You can just buy your tickets here, just like in Europe.
Those must be for like this bus that go around town.
Yeah. Looks like some Russian stuff. I'm actually surprised to see some stuff with the hammer and sickle displayed inside a train station inside the US, actually. That's kind of interesting. Alright, let's check out the platform here. Not bad. As you can see right here, we're pretty much smack dab in the middle between Kalamazoo and Detroit, in terms of mileage at least. Alright, so that was the train station. We had a little bit of an encounter with somebody, so I went ahead and put the camera away. One unfortunate thing about Kalamazoo and many towns again in the United States is there's fentanyl epidemic, and there's a lot of homelessness right now due to it. It really sucks. It's a pity. I feel for these people really, but yeah, I went ahead and put the camera away just to not create attention to myself. Now, we're actually gonna go ahead, we're gonna find the beer place that we're going to. It looks like it's actually right over there. So let's illegally cross the street real quick and go over and check it out. Nice little town. A lot of people, a lot of pedestrians, especially if you go down over there by the Radisson. You see a lot more regular everyday people, but when you get down this side, closer to the north, that's where things get a little bit rougher by the looks of it. But it's alright. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go inside the Bells. Alright, Alright, so we're here at Bell's, and we got some beers here. I got the Oktoberfest. What did we get, Carl?
Same thing.
Same thing?
Yep.
Alright, so, Nazdravi.
Nazdravi.
Here's the first beer of the day. It's pretty good.
Not bad. Yeah.
It's dark. Well, I mean, not super dark, but it's a little darker. It's kind of nice, you know, for an Oktoberfest beer, you know, going into fall and stuff. I would say this is, because it feels a little stronger, you know what I mean?
A little bit bitter.
Yeah, it has a nice, like, strong taste, bitter taste. That's good. Real good. It's drinkable, too, though, you know? Not a bad beer. Alright, so we're going to wrap up things here with a glass of mead here. This was actually a little bit unexpected. I didn't think I was going to get mead today, but if you don't know what mead is, it's basically it's wine made from honey. It's really good. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to try Bell's Brewery's mead real quick. I really like their beer, so this should be alright. So, cheers, mate. That's not bad. Tastes a little bit more like grape wine than it does mead, but...
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, it's not so bad, actually. Alright, so we're going ahead. We are leaving Bell's Brewery. You got everything you got? Yeah, cool. So let's go ahead. Exit.
Nice out here.
It's a little cloudy today. Or it was sunnier earlier, but it's kind of cloudy all of a sudden. Might rain, but that'll be okay. So we're gonna go ahead. We are gonna walk to our next destination here downtown. And looks like there's not so much going on right now, but hopefully when we go further downtown, we'll see a little bit more going on. Looks like there's some tanks in there. Actually, you can't really see it that well, but they actually looks like they got some brewing stuff going on in there. So, one thing that many people actually don't know about Kalamazoo, and this is my favorite thing actually, is that Gibson Guitars actually got its origin right here in Kalamazoo. And their old factory is down that way, kind of on the north side a little bit. And that factory actually was abandoned, or repurposed actually, and it became what is now known as Heritage Guitars, which I believe Carl was actually telling me about it, that it's actually the old employees of Gibson that started that factory. So it's kind of neat.
Wow.
Alright, so we're here at the next destination. Welcome to the Kalamazoo Beer Exchange. This is kind of fucking cool. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna see if we can get a beer here real quick. So let's check it out.
That was everything for the moment.
Cool, thank you. It's a little loud in here. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna try to get some beer here though. Everybody's super nice upon entry actually. Even the guy sitting outside, he was super nice, super friendly. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get us some beer. Let's see what we got.
My name is Max. Have we been into the beer exchange before?
Never, but I've been to one in the Czech Republic before, actually. So.
Really?
Yeah, actually, I think the idea came from Czech Republic.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think so. I've been to two of them in Brno, Czech Republic, the second largest city of the country. So I got an idea, but how do you guys function here? Because I think every place is a little different.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys were to buy a beer right now, the price would go up, whatever you got, in 8 minutes and 15 seconds when that timer's up.
Okay.
So our beer prices change every 15 minutes based on sales. So if nobody buys it, those ones go down, and then if somebody buys it, it goes up. As you can see, some of them are red going down, some of them are green going up. So it's kind of fun. It is a full bar. You don't have to do beer. You guys can get a mixed drink or a cocktail or whatever.
So the tank beer right there, sorry, I got the camera on.
You're good.
Tank beer, that means it comes directly from the tank. It's not put into a keg, right?
That one is in a keg.
It is in a keg?
Yeah,
Oh,
we have
okay.
a very small keg room. I think that's just the name of the beer.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
there's really good descriptions on here for you guys of everything up there.
Okay,
This will tell you
perfect.
The style of beer, the percentages, and what size glass you're getting, so this is helpful.
All right.
All right, prices are up there. I'll let you guys be for a second. and
All right, perfect.
we'll get it going in
Yeah, thank you. All right, so we got a lot of beer options here going on the screen there. You can see the values of the beer, and you can see how they fluctuate. And this is actually a good way to get a good beer on the cheap. Honestly, this is how we used to do it when I lived in Czech Republic. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at what we've got for options real quick. Honestly, the cheapest option that I'm seeing goes for $4.50 right now.
Club Brewing Company. It's a stout, 8.0.
Alright, so do you want to play a little game of beer roulette? I'll order you a beer off the menu and you order my beer, and we'll see how it turns out. What do you think?
Okay.
Yeah? Alright, we're playing beer roulette. This is a new game that we're going to have on the channel. So every time that we go to someplace really unique like this, what I'll do is I'll have my guest choose my beer and I'll choose my guest's beer, and we'll see how it turns out. So we got about 3 minutes, a little bit under 3 minutes until the prices change, until the trading period is over. So we're gonna see how these prices change here in a couple minutes. It's gonna be quite interesting. I already have Carl's beer chosen for the beer roulette, so we're gonna go ahead and see what Carl can order for me, and we're gonna see how awful these beers might taste. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the best beer ever. We'll find out. All right, so for him, go ahead and get the psychedelic cat grass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopwell tank beer.
Tank beer. Did you guys have IDs or did we get stamps at the door?
Got stamps right here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, man. Carl chose my beer to be Hopewell tank beer. So it says it's a Czech beer. Hold on, where does it say? Oh, on the side. Right there. So Hopewell Trading Company from Chicago. It's a Czech pale lager. Okay. We're gonna find out and see if this tastes like anything from the Czech Republic. And Carl's getting, where's the psychedelic cat grass? Yeah, so psychedelic cat grass is right under the tank beer. So that's from Shorts Brewing Company from Bel Air, Michigan. It's an American IPA with a 7.40% alcohol body volume. Okay, so Carl, sorry I got you kind of a strong beer.
Okay.
Grass. Did you guys want any food or are we just drinking today?
Just getting some drinks. We had a little bit of food a little bit
I
ago.
can grab
So.
those food menus out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, these are food menus.
Yes, they
I thought they
are.
were napkins at first, honestly, because they're brown, you know, and they got the
No,
logo.
absolutely.
I didn't even touch it, so I thought it was a napkin. All right.
Good. If you need them back, just let me know.
All right, cool. Thanks, man. All right. So, na zdravie.
Hey. Ooh, that's hoppy.
Hoppy.
That's very hoppy.
All right, let's try mine. This tastes like something I've tried in Czech Republic before. I'm not sure what it tastes like though. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like Velko Popovický Kozel. Velko Popovický Kozel. That's how you say it. Most people just call it Kozel, but it comes from a city called Velká Popovice. For my fans in Czech Republic, this is called the Hopewell tank beer. Now, what he told me was that it did come from a keg. It didn't actually come from the tank. Now, if you're American or from any other country and you don't know what tankové pivo is or tank beer is supposed to be, tank beer is supposed to be the beer from the tank. So like directly from the tank, like we saw at Bell's when we passed by those tanks just a little bit ago. That is supposed to be the freshest beer directly from the brewery. So it's kind of interesting how it's called the tank beer, but it's not really a tank beer. It comes from a keg. So if you come here and you get this thinking it's going to be a good tank beer, it's a keg beer, but it's not bad. Got some pool tables and a cool banner for the people downstairs so they can see the fluctuation of the beer prices. That's really awesome. Actually, I like the vibe of this place. It's not a bad spot, really. Okay, so we got Czech Republic versus China. Veronika Novotná. Let's go ahead. Let's see if she can win. Oh, let's go. Come on. Go on, Novotná. Oi! Who got hit? We have no idea who got hit. Oh! Novotná got hit. China won. I think. We're still here watching fencing, and we have no idea. We have no idea who's winning or who's losing, but it's a lot of fun. If anybody knows the rules of fencing, if you could tell me if Novotná won against China, the Czech Republic women's fencing won against China, please do tell me. I'm not entirely sure. I might have to look it up a little later. But this is quite fun, actually. What do you think of the game Beer Roulette?
Yeah, good times.
Good times. I'm getting the New Belgium Voodoo Juicy Haze. Now, something that Carl and we'd done before, we went bowling before, and we had, at the bowling alley, we had a whole pitcher of Voodoo Ranger. So, right now, Voodoo Juicy Haze is only going for $4.75. So, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna try that, because I don't think I've tried that one from New Belgium yet. We've got our next beer, and that was quick. Actually, the guy, he actually timed it pretty much perfectly. I finished my last beer, and then immediately I had my next beer ready. So that's another shout out to the Kalamazoo Beer Exchange. Really nice staff, really on top of their game. So let's go ahead. Na zdravie, let's try this beer. Here. Na zdravie. New Belgium Voodoo Juicy Haze. That is not a bad beer. Kind of hoppy. Tastes almost like a IPA.
New England IPA.
New Belgium Brewing Company from Fort Collins, Colorado. Okay. New England IPA. So, if you're in the United States and you like these kinds of beers like IPAs and stuff, definitely I recommend any of the New Belgium Voodoo, like Voodoo Ranger or Voodoo Juicy Haze so far. I really like these beers. They're not bad at all. Also, Fat Tire is another good one from New Belgium Brewing Company. I like that one a lot. So, yeah, you've had it before, right?
Yeah, very drinkable.
Very drinkable, yeah. New Belgium Brewing Company, that's our shout out. Not sponsored. So Carl's getting a local beer from Grand Rapids, Mitten Brewing Company. He's getting the Triple Crown Brown for $5.50 if you can see it up there. I'm not sure how well the camera can pick it up. It's on the downside right now. So let's see how it is when he gets it. Oh, it just came actually.
Absolutely.
All right.
That is very dark.
That looks like a Guinness almost, you know? All right. Cheers, mate. Na zdravie.
That's good.
It's a good beer?
Yeah, that's real good.
How's the flavor?
Gosh, it almost has like I almost want to say like a coffee flavor to it almost.
Almost tastes like coffee.
Oh, it kind of has that taste to it. Yeah, brown. That's good. That's real good.
I feel like that's pretty typical with brown ales, though. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes they do taste like coffee sometimes, and sometimes they're brewed with coffee.
Try it.
All right, I'll go ahead. I'll try a sip of this brown ale. Not a really big fan of brown ales, but You know what? Fuck it. We're having some fun. Oh yeah. Smells like coffee, tastes like coffee. There's gotta be coffee inside there. So for Michigan beers so far, we got what? We got Bell's, we've got Lansing Brewing Company, Grand River Brewing Company, and we've got Minton Brewing Company. Yep, from Grand Rapids. Something's going on. We just heard a big beep and now there's breaking news.
And in business, the stock market fell through the floor today. No one seems to have predicted this, so it's hard to know where it's heading. Chances are worried for another rise tomorrow.
Everything is down. What the heck? That is crazy. So that market crash thing, how often does that happen around here?
About once, maybe twice a night. It's totally random.
Yeah?
So everything is at its lowest possible price that we can legally sell it for.
Okay.
And it only lasts 5 minutes.
Okay.
And it might not happen again tonight. It might. I have no idea. Would you like another beer?
Give me the champagne of beers for $2.50, the cheapest thing I've ever seen in my life. So, I've been to beer exchanges before in Czech Republic, but never have I ever seen just a crash. You know, like that is actually a really cool marketing technique. You know, typically at the beer exchange in the Czech Republic, they don't have this artificial market crash like that. But I do think it's a way to get, you know, people that are already in the establishment to buy another round of beers.
Jumpstart the economy, right?
Jumpstart the economy, exactly. So I can see why they did that market crash, because it brings everything up. I don't know if you can see it or not very well, but there is green across the board for the most part. Just a few that haven't budged that much. I assume those are gonna be their more premium beers. But we just got Miller High Life for $2.50. Honestly, Kalamazoo Beer Exchange, you're not making a bad name for yourself so far. All right, here's to the High Life, to the champagnes of beer for $2.50. All right, Carl.
For the cheapest one on the menu.
Na zdravie.
Na zdravie.
There's so many of these in this one video. If there's anything I can say about Kalamazoo, at least they got good beer here. All right, so I'm here with our waiter, Max, right?
You got it, yes.
All right, so tell me about yourself, Max. Where are you from? What do you do?
From Jackson, Michigan originally. Moved up to Kalamazoo in 2019. Started as a busser and a hostess, or a host I should say. And then got into waiting tables, serving tables, and now I'm bartending and serving. So that's just where I'm at now.
Yeah. How do you feel about living in this area compared to Jackson?
It's good. There's a lot more to do, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because of Portage is right next door to Kalamazoo, they're both kind of big, and then closer to like the west side of the state if you want to have like a beach day or something, kind of go to like South Haven and stuff like that.
I was just in Jackson a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago for my first video. Do you feel like Jackson is safer than Kalamazoo, or do you feel the other way around? How do you feel about that in terms of safety?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a good question. I feel like both of them are pretty much the same. I would feel safe at both, but I can understand why you're asking, and you know, bad things do happen here in Kalamazoo and Jackson, but for the most part, everybody's relatively nice. I know where to go and where not to go, so I guess I have that, but right. I'd say they're both the same.
Do you feel like the work culture is better in Kalamazoo than it is in Jackson? Like
service industry wise?
Yeah.
I would say so. Just because there's like, I think there's more restaurants and bars in Kalamazoo and Portage, and like downtown Kalamazoo is a little bit bigger and busier than downtown Jackson. Downtown Jackson's getting a lot nicer, but no, I feel like Kalamazoo's a little bit bigger, definitely a bigger craft beer scene.
Right.
And I just work here, but I pretty much know everybody else that works in other restaurants, just seeing them at other bars and stuff, and going into their place, them coming here. So even though we work in different places, we still know who everybody is. And
What do you have to say to the average like tourist that wants to come here to Michigan just for tourism? You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. Beautiful. People that don't know a lot about Michigan sleep on it, but I think it's very beautiful. We got all 4 seasons here. Fall is beautiful, winter, spring, summer. But I would definitely just say either get on if you're in the lower peninsula and you don't have any desire to go up north, I would stick to the west side and see the west side of the state and all of those beaches and stuff. But if you are here for a while and you do want to venture around, I would go up north because it's absolutely beautiful up there, and there's lots to do up there.
Yeah. Final question here. What if you could say one thing to the world? What would that be?
One thing to the world. Just be nice and be patient. I think everybody could be a little bit more patient and a little bit more kind. And I think if everybody just did that a little bit, it'd be a lot better.
So we're gonna go ahead to the downtown mall. Looks like we're here by the Warner Building. That way is Kalamazoo Beer Exchange. Oh, I really like the way the building looks from this angle. If you're from this area, or if you come up here, be sure to check this stuff out. Yeah. So here they have festivals and stuff.
Yeah, they do Rib Fest, Creek Fest. They have a lot of different festivals they do down here. It's really fun.
Nice. And you said over there, this I don't know if it's picked up. Oh yeah, it's right there.
Yep.
This big dome thing over here. What do they do over here?
They do live music. They do, yeah, all kinds of stuff like that.
So this is the view from the stage here. Yeah, pretty nice. So this is where they have like the bigger like live music bands, right?
I don't know about bigger, but yeah.
Yeah. That is pretty neat, actually. You know, just as Max said at the Beer Exchange, you know, there is quite a lot more to do down here in Kalamazoo than Jackson, but honestly, personally, I would say that Jackson feels a little bit safer than Kalamazoo. Over here, we have kind of a lot more problems, you know, like in Jackson, of course, there are, you know, homeless people, and, you know, there's, you know, the fentanyl epidemic, and, you know, there's a lot of problems in Jackson as well, just like everywhere across the country. But honestly, I felt like here in Kalamazoo, it was a little bit more dangerous. I felt a little bit scared. Yeah, I felt a little bit more uneasy. I felt a little bit more scared to film, because especially down at the train station back there, we actually encountered a gentleman on a bicycle, and it looked like he was going to try to come up and snatch the camera. I honestly just put the camera in my backpack at that point, but I was really kind of nervous, actually. That's the first time that I've been nervous. Even Lansing wasn't that bad. Lansing, I wasn't even fearful in Lansing at all. I spent most of that trip alone, except for the evening time with my friend, you know. What do you think? Do you think Kalamazoo could be better, or what do you think Kalamazoo should do?
We got some work to do on helping out some of these homeless people, and maybe there's some mental issues that need to be addressed. But I don't know, it feels almost safer now. It feels almost more calm now than it did earlier.
Yeah, it feels like after dark, it feels actually safer than it did in broad daylight, which is kind of abnormal for most cities. I would say even like the bigger cities like Detroit and Chicago probably feel a little bit safer in broad daylight, but here it's kind of the opposite, and that really surprised me. So here we found this mural by the Wine Loft Wine Bar. Not sure how that is. I don't know if they're even open, but for sure, if you're in town and you're interested in wine, maybe give this place a try. It's got a really nice mural here and some pretty cool lights going down the street here, down this alley. Over that way is actually the Radisson, so it's a pretty popular hotel here. I think that's probably Kalamazoo's biggest hotel, right?
That's definitely the kind of the landmark for downtown Kalamazoo.
Interesting. Seems like Kalamazoo has actually had a very rich and historic commercial community here. It's very interesting to think, you know, because this town it's not very big, but it is quite lively. It's a lot bigger than Jackson, but it's quite smaller compared to Lansing, you know.
Bring me my dog now! Bring me my dog!
Looks like a piano.
Yeah, it is like a piano. These guys, that one guy's going a little crazy, but what more can you expect from a nightlife? Actually, the nightlife in Kalamazoo feels a lot more comfortable than the day life.
It's really calm down here.
Really calm.
It's
Yeah.
getting late now.
It is a little later. So right now we are actually walking down the Kalamazoo Mall, and actually this whole street here, this used to be pedestrian only, like walking. So that a long time ago, that used to be completely blocked off, and this used to be a complete pedestrian sidewalk. And it's actually quite crazy to think that this is now open to cars. I'm surprised that they opened it to motor vehicles, because I honestly think that most cities need more places for pedestrians. Oh, by the way, some more of these cool lights. Climb Kalamazoo right here. So if you like climbing, I know I've got some friends back in the good old Czech Republic that really love climbing. If you want to go even bouldering or high climbing, go ahead. If you're here in Kalamazoo, Michigan, come here. It's our local place. This is so cool. This is too cool, man. Yeah, right there is the State Theater. Right now they're actually changing the signs. I'm not sure. What do they do down here at the State Theater?
I don't know. They just had a huge concert.
Concert?
Yeah, they just had a huge concert.
I see. Oh, really? Okay. So they're more of an amphitheater or something like that. Or
yesterday.
auditorium.
Yesterday there was tents and they had bands playing and everything.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep walking before those guys come back.
I used to have a Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a rapper.
Interesting. And what's your rap name?
Rimmel?
For the world, Rimmel? Okay.
R-I-M-M-E-L.
Okay. So if you're interested in rap music, check out Rimmel here.
Yeah. Slob on my knob like corn on the cob. Check in with me and do your job.
So I think we're out of the mall area.
Yep.
So do you want to go ahead and head back?
Yep. We're gonna
All
head
right.
back.
Your name was what was your name again?
Adam Arrington Rimmel.
Adam
Arrington.
Rimmel. All
Yeah.
right. Perfect. I'm gonna make sure to include you in the video, man. All right. And I hope the best for you in your surgery, man. Of course.
Yeah.
This is actually awesome. So if you come downtown Kalamazoo, make sure to be wary of shady people, but at the same time, don't be afraid to come down here. Really, it's awesome down here. It's really beautiful as long as you stay more central downtown. And actually, if you're interested in going to Bell's, that is a little closer to the northern sign where we felt a little bit uneasy. But Bell's actually has like 2 or 3 parking lots worth of for people who want to go there, right?
Plenty of parking there.
Yeah, there's plenty of parking there at Bell's. There's at least 2 overflow lots, and there's parking right in front of their front door. So if you come out here and you want to go there by car, I really highly recommend it. It was amazing beer, really. And honestly, if you want to stay really central downtown, though, the Beer Exchange, that's the best place that I've ever experienced downtown. So honestly, my final thoughts of Kalamazoo are come on down here, really. Don't be afraid, you know, it's a little bit of a rough town, but it's still a good place to come, you know? What do you think, Cara?
Yeah, I had a good time. I
Yeah?
had a lot of fun.
Alrighty. So, we'll see you guys later. Alright. Bye-bye.